Oye, Queen, you hearing me?
Perfect.
Nice.
of my flight in the cemetery, he said, I can understand. You're a wild young man, but still you're not to be blamed. When I was alive, I was just the same. You talk about run, and yet he bust me head. Living running from the dead. Go say, don't run, me lad. Come, let me play a game of card. Well, it's now I'm running in truth. My foot sticking a mango root. I fall on inside a tomb. I gotta go to zoom, zoom, zoom.
Good evening and welcome to douglAR Politics. Now, me laughing, some all you laughing, eh? You see me, I call a lady from the Catholic Church to come and pray, bless my house, sap my bald head with water, holy water and thing. Because boy, I just hearing shadow ringing out in my ears. Since yesterday, I can't get shadow out of my ears. I like a hearing shadow, boy. I just hearing shadow. Shadow, come in. Hey, boy. Song in my head. In my head all day, actually. Because I always wonder, only talking nonsense. We're talking sense, how come so many of you listen to nonsense? And it's lies. And while I might be making a little joke, it's a very serious thing. I'm gonna get very serious here now. I hope we going through smooth. I seem like we sticking a little bit out. She go fix up that. When you hear that a prime minister, you see, you all don't pay attention. A platform while his former leader and prime minister was suffering from ill health. He boasted on a platform screaming PNM supporters, shouting and clapping that he from Mason House to Lekoto. And when somebody came out of the cabinet, they regretted it. And all you clap and all you applaud. When the member for Tobago West, Shamfa Kujo, rushed down in the parliament and said, we are in charge and we will be in your face like a jumbie from Lekoto. All you thought it was joke. All the pain that they bringing on you, the murder, the bloodshed, the evil, children dying, 6-year-old girl shot in her chest, 8-year-old boy shot to death playing basketball, children being shot, a father killed in broad daylight holding his 6-year-old daughter hand. All this evil stalking the land. And now you see the number one PNM company, Massey, that is also 31% owned by the government, which right now is PNM, because the shares are purchased by NIB, Unit Trust Corporation, and so on, all control those shares by the government. And Jervis Warner, you hear that name, Warner? Is Jervis Warner from Tobago? Is he related in any form or fashion to Warner Construction, Rowley's business partner and friend? Warner Construction, who getting contracts all over the place from Rowley, and Rowley buying apartment at Gate Townhouse, owned by Warner Construction, and he didn't declare that he got a 468,000 benefit, and the Integrity Commission say, that's okay. He signed a form with the wrong valuation on the form, his integrity form, and the Integrity Commission say, that's okay. And the media say, that's okay. And any evil, any law Rowley break, he forced Paula May Weeks and Bliss Sipasa to misbehave in public office. And all they say, that's okay. He negotiated with Paris Al-Rawi an indemnity, an illegal indemnity, got 2 senior counsel to say it was legal so that man could go and lie on UNC members in a criminal matter, usurping the authority of the DPP. Then now he in court arguing that it was illegal and wrong anyway, so they couldn't do it. And you all say that's okay. Del Seagate, shut down Petrotrin. Nobody says shut down Petrotrin. Fake old man dancing and whining and saying he loves Stuart Young like hog love mud. No appeal of the arbitration. Win an extra 118 million plus a 10-year contract worth 900 million. And all they said that's okay. It had to be Obia. We see massive stores coming out now. And the shame Jervis Warner, the CEO, done say that's his number one secret weapon. That's his greatest program. Jervis Warner talk early on. Now the board trying to pretend that the woman lied. So the woman is just so from brilliant, intelligent, all she life, she just gone mad. She just decide to write a 13-page treatise fabricating on a program that she attended. Really? Just so? Well, all you will have to show me and the whole country she mad papers. Other than that, Jervis Warner must resign. The entire Massey board must resign. And for me buying nothing in Massey. Is Obi, all you're going to talk to the dead? All you're serious with US dollars when living people here in Trinidad and Tobago cannot get it? We go get into that some more. But I telling you, all your people who spiritual pray for the douglAR, Douglas not playing that. Obia will lose when living, spiritual, beautiful, good people pray to God Almighty, to Allah, Shiva, Lord Ram, Buddhists, everybody pray for this country because we in a deep, dark nightmare and they don't want we debate. They try to thwart it, but they can't stop it. As we talk in PNM, Asim Basarat, I see fraud squad investigating money missing in cricket boy, Asim Basarat, boy. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing. I know you a long time. Me know you a long time. I'm waiting to see what the fraud squad say. And Asim Basarat, 500,000, what they say? 10,000, 15,000, 130,000, 132,000, 500,000, more. Anyway, we go see. Messy situation in Port of Spain as garbage trucks taken out of service. That PNM stronghold, PNM mayor, PNM councillor, PNM board, PNM MP, PNM cabinet, PNM reps, PNM, and they just suffer all your people so because it's Obia they work on all your 35 million Guaya fishing facility remains empty. It's just being left there to deteriorate and fall apart. Nothing works under this PNM. We cannot even get the fish to feed our population. Bastille Pandey take us for medical care this juncture. On behalf of the Douglas Politics team and to all of us, we wish Bastille Pandey, whatever is ailing him, all the best. Our prayers are with you so that you come out stronger and live long and healthy. Bastille Pandey, one of the greatest politicians to ever walk and grace the Twin Island Republic. So Godspeed, may you recover quickly. 1. Check 2. Check 1. Check 2.
You're back
Give me the
inside.
signal, Archie, if we back up,
Yeah, you're back
We back
inside.
inside? All right, you see, I tell all you, pray. You see what happened? Last week, smooth as silk. But Obia boy, it's all right. The Catholic lady came here and prayed. So don't study that. The douglAR politics, we still here. And I know when I freeze, I reversing. We going right back. All you missing nothing. So we humbly apologize for the little break, because the powers of the good will always. We freezing again, Archie. The freezing we. The evil wrong boy, Archie. Archie. The evil, the Obia holding we back, but we go fight through, boy. You hearing me good?
Yeah, we going good for now. Sticking a little bit, but let me go and see what will
All
happen.
right, we're going good for now. Let me tell you, so we finish off saying, get better, Bastio Pandey. And just the roads all over Trinidad and Tobago. Drivers stressed out condition of Longdonville, Edinburgh Road. It's the worst, city drivers. All over Trinidad and Tobago is the worst. And Rowley says since January 2023 that this year is going to be better, and they've allocated a lot of resources to fix roads. People busting tire and mashing up the car all over. We freeze again. Gopi Schoon, Nikwan report Parliament, not for Parliament. Let me wait till we see if we get a powerful connection. Archie, tell me when you're hearing me good and smooth. Never mind, we go fight through the technical difficulties. We ain't afraid of that at all.
Yeah, let me go ahead.
All right. Paula Gopiskun in the Senate said the Nikwan report is not for Parliament, it's a private report. Never mind. Nikwan using your assets that the PNM give to the PNM friend and family and to Alison due diligence and Ainsley Gill. Assets worth over $100 million. They give them it for 10 million US. 100 million US worth and 25 million in preference shares that now worth nothing. This PNM here give Ainsley Gill and them minister's share of gas, which is your gas, the people's gas, not Rowley and them gas. Franklin Khan was there when they did it. They put Alison due diligence on the Republic Bank board because you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, own 51% shares Republic Bank. And Rowley and them make Republic Bank through Alison Lewis give Nikwan 120 million US. We are asking Republic Bank how they qualify, what was the collateral, how you approve that loan, what was the risk portfolio, and don't just shake up and move people. You make Alison Lewis go and replace her with Mark Loquan. On top of that, the contracts Nikwan was giving out was to Massey Energy. And the OB is so strong that when the plant, there was another accident, a massive worker died because them dabbling in the occult, in the Obia. So they now saying that Nikwan accident report is a private report, so it won't be laid in Parliament. What about the Paria report? Is that a private report? Where is that report, Rowley, on you and your Minister of Energy, Smallpin, and Newman George, who left men to die in a pipe for 39 hours, dying a slow death? Where's that report? How long ago your PNM president preaching the gospel of the PNM has that report? What are you doing with the report? Where is it? Cabinet reading it? When is it going to be made public? Population, you all just accept this because clearly it have Obia working, because no other prime minister has been so dishonest, so disingenuous, so incompetent, so bold, so arrogant, and so dotish, and you all still had a man as prime minister. Well, boy, I starting to believe in a little bit of what them talking about, but never mind. Good prayers will always overcome evil. But here the other joke, NGC, because they move Alison due diligence Lewis from Republic Bank board when the douglAR was asking questions because she was the vice chairman of Nikwan. But now when they move her, she's a woman of substance. You know who they replace her with? Mark Loquan, who traveling all over the place with these two clowns. Mark Loquan at NGC, who oversaw the first time in history that NGC made a loss. Mark Loquan, that spent $233 million to maintain Train 1. Our major shareholders said that dead, and we're not doing it. He tried to bring back the debt because he probably went massive for training. But Mark Loquan is NGC. NGC sells gas to upstream, downstream company of Trinidad and Tobago. And upstream, downstream company of Trinidad and Tobago sells gas to Nikwan, and Nikwan owing upstream, downstream about $150 million to $250 million. But they take Mark Loquan and put him on the Republic Bank board now. That Republic Bank cannot get back a cent of the $120 million loan that they lost, but they come in to tell all you to pay higher rates and higher fees. And when asked questions, Mr. Batiste have nothing to say, talking about the general loan portfolio. We asking about Nikwan, PNM Nikwan, PNM decisions, Rowley's cabinet, this idiot small pin young, Mark Loquan, and how much millions of US they have lost. But Republic Bank now, doing a lot of PR lately. Last week it was 40 million TT for 520 small companies. Now Republic Bank pledges 125 million to community campaigns. We don't want the PR Republic Bank. We want answers on Nikwan. How, why, where, when, what was the collateral, how they approved it. Other people can't get a loan. What were the processes? Who recommended it? We want to know. NGC talks on Woodside. Remember, I tell all the eggs was in one basket with Dragon Gas and Lauren Manatee cross-border fields, and all flop with these two floppers, these two horny goatweed sucking idiots. And now they're scrambling now to go and talk to Woodside and EOG. What could happen? It ain't gonna happen. It didn't happen. Y'all are incompetent, and as soon as you call the election, the people waiting for you. But certain people who close to this Obia man here, this Rowley, who boast that he put Obia, it had to be Obia, you know, because he boasts that he walked Obia and Spirit Lash on Patrick Manning. Yet Brian Manning, the son of Patrick Manning, sitting in a cabinet with the man who put Obia on the father and make him sick and then the man dead. You could understand that? The only Obia, only Massey training in Fort Myers could explain that. If my son ever wants to sit down after I gone wherever I had to go and sit down with these two jackasses to play here on them team, Lord, I will hope that all you pray in Lekoto to bring me back to hit him a slap. Yes, it's my son. All you have to bring me from the dead. Talk to me. Let Jervis Warner bring me back to hit him a slap for being so dotish. Agostini's growing by acquisitions. Look, the whole country suffering. All your car get US. All your businesses shut down. They come into tax all you. Your Christmas bleak. Your car shop. Mall shut down. Place shut down. Place for rent on the avenue across the board. All across Trinidad and Tobago pressure. Sales slow at Atlantic, at NJCs. All the places, the slowest sales in the last 10 years in all businesses. Except those who close to the Obia man. Watch, Agostini's. You see the picture of who is Agostini's? Chicken Man, Christian Mote. The road to recovery, roadmap to recovery with Vassan Barat, but the only people who recover is Christian Moute and his companies. Agostini is growing. The Agostini's group, strong financial 2023, was driven by robust operational performance across the group of companies, by several strategic acquisitions. Them could acquire because them is PNM and them lucky, them in charge of the roadmap. I hear all the Mute family that's wear that fancy watch, $500,000 watch. You know the one that Rowley, they say he had a picture of, and Rowley come and says a different kind of watch? Yeah? Christian Mute, do you and your whole family wear those types of watches? Because we know Mr. Lekoto, golf man, who does kicky ball in the golf club, he ain't know about that kind of watch. So Rowley, where you get that from? Eh? Now, go back now to talk to Gervais Warner, but Gervais Warner, are you related to the Warner who's Rowley friend in Tobago? Gervais Warner, do you have Tobago roots? Because Gervais Warner, you admitted that the lady who gave in a report 13 pages on November 26th, wondering why you're spending millions of US dollars to a husband and wife outfit to teach people in a team how to contact the dead. And when the lady made the report at the AGM, Gervais Warner was interviewed. You see, Massey Bordeaux come with your disgusting pathological lines, except like Rowley. Gervais Warner spoke early. He spoke a lot. He was loquacious. He was suffering from verbal diarrhea. He said that he, in his previous incarnation at different companies, had worked with that husband and wife team. He said he recommended it to the Massey and all the trainees. He said that is the secret of their success. Never mind the secret of his success is really that and Rowley's connection, because he should have been fired for his bad investment in Amplia. But the Obia gods came from the PNM with Emil Elias at TSCT to buy Amplia with taxpayers' money and save Massey from hundreds of millions of dollars of losses. The Obia strong. Gervais Warner said that program takes you to levels that you've never seen before, breaks barriers and so on. So he never said the woman lied. He confirmed that what the woman said was true. So don't come and say now that y'all are putting disciplinary action on the woman. Y'all are dishonest, Massey board, and all you must go. Because for hiring a man like Gervais Warner, who promotes that, who spends that while the country is suffering, and then now you want to attack a woman of character, a woman of integrity, a woman who talk the truth, and just tell me that she just lied just so? So she's a mad woman? Well, if she's a mad woman, then the board had to go too, because all you have a mad woman working these 7 years in such a high position, it means you all are total failures. And I could tell all you, me buying nothing from Massey. Massey stores, Massey paint, Massey energy, Massey car, Massey nothing. Not me. Because all you're sickening. And that's why this country in a mess and creating an evil over the country. And let me just tell all you, when this fella, and I'm asking the question, is he related to Warner and Tobago? How close is he to Rowley? Remember when Rowley and Smallpin were telling us that they're going to build a hotel with your taxpayers' dollars? $7 billion borrowed at about 4.5 to 6% interest, where they were just going to build it and hand it to Butch and Sanders. And this Gervais Harvard MBA Warner come and say, that's great foreign direct investment. Blatant pathological liar, because Sanders was not spending 1 cent. So it was no investment. There was no foreign direct investment. It was PNM taxpayers' money to build a project for the boys and girls. But Gervais Warner found the company, send his workers, promotes the efficacy of the program, saying that's the secret of the success of Massey. Massey, the secret of your success across the board is talking to the dead, and Rowley does ball who dead, and who live. Yeah, because he don't mind, because like he could talk to the dead when they're dead. But remember, this is not the first time we learn about Rowley and his love for the dark sciences, for Obia. Run it, Archie.
I want to tell you something. I'm from Mason Hall in Tobago. Mason Hall very close to Lekoto. The last time I was put out of anywhere for anything, the person who put me out regretted it. remember I was in the cabinet? I took issue over the behavior of Calder Hart and UDCOP. And what happened to me? I was put out of the cabinet. The person who put me out regretted it.
Laughing now? It's funny. I was trying to warn you all for years now about that individual called Keith Christopher Rowley. That evil, wicked, misogynistic, nasty Obia man who as a teacher used his position of power and probably Obia to get pum-pum from a girl at school age, who sits down at home while his wife is at home bringing women and wives of cabinet ministers home by him to walk past street dog, a parrot, open the dungeon office and lie down on the couch waiting for his horny goatee to take root. You all thought it's funny. It's not funny. It's disgusting and nasty. And right here at this juncture, I will ask some of the ladies who have been fornicating with an individual without a condom, chlamydia much? Huh, ladies, any of y'all? Really? Interesting. Nasty. If you didn't, was it there? Rowley selects his candidate and look at his candidate for Tobago West. Run it, Archie.
As the leader of the bench said on the first day, we are in charge of this house and you are going to deal with it. You are going to learn to deal with it because we are going to be in this place for the next 5 years at least and in your face for the next 5 years at least like a zombie from Lekoto. Lekoto. So.
Funny, eh? Christmas gloom because the zombies from Lekoto cannot run the economy. The highest unemployment in history. The central bank governor, who is a neighbor in Iney's Gate of Rowley, putting out a report to tell us that we are 3.7% unemployment. Total abject lies and nonsense, playing games with serious things. Christmas gloom. Bleak Christmas for businesses. People buying the bare necessities, but they're trying to tell you still that those zombies from Lekoto, Rowley and Shamfa and Gervais Warner, trying to tell you the economy is good. The economy has crashed. The economy is crumbling. Poverty rates are up at 31%. People are living on less than $1,000 a month. Crime has gone and spiraling out of control. Good people are stealing baby milk and cheese and bread because they can't afford. And you all think it's funny? DOMA, customs delays damaging economy. Wants government to step in. And DOMA, you want government to step in? Why don't tell them to step out? It's 8 years of stupidity, 8 years of incompetence, 8 years of obia, 8 years of disgusting behavior, 8 years of lies, 8 years of arrogance. You now want them to step in. The people want Rowley and his PNM to step out. Rowley call the election now. Go Lekoto. Do what you have to do. Go by Massey with your full package, with your candle and your skull and thing, and call the election and see that good will overcome evil. Port delays affecting business. But him but come in the Senate with his arrogant self when Senator Lyda had him under the question he couldn't answer and talking about they're going to put extra staff and then trying to admit that guns and ammunition coming through the bonds and so on. Look your Massey starter package here, show them Archie. High foot traffic, slow sales for Christmas. Ladies and gentlemen, don't worry, Christmas is not about buying things anyway. All you sit down with the family, hold hands together and pray. Pray to baby Jesus to bring some blessings in this country. 30,000 public servants getting Christmas back pay. But the permanent secretary was right. If the permanent secretary did not tell them that it was not possible, they abuse and bully that permanent secretary, shift him out of his job, attack his reputation, and then they had to move over 100 employees into the Ministry of Education, and they work all hours up till midnight. Archie, we freeze. Up till midnight they work to get
good.
that
Go
money
ahead.
through.
Go ahead.
Check, check, check. We're taking a little commercial break.
Yeah, we freezing now and then, but the audio going, so you could go ahead.
All right, we're going good. That's just a commercial break because this is the OBI edition. PNM walking OBI and turning down the internet, throwing down everything. But yes, but they will not stop us. Even if we freeze, my mouth not frozen. They can't stop it because people are praying, people listening to the show and praying. Is the NIB board properly constituted? Ask Anthony Wilson. And Coleman Butts is prostituted because he friend from long time. They used to drive around in Jeep together, sitting down close and chummy. Patrick Ferreira is the chairman of NIB, chairman of Home Mortgage Bank, chairman of TTMF. And Manning say $5.1 billion of VAT refund still owed in August. Coleman Butts say in December, well, they paid $6 billion. How much still owed in December, Coleman Butts? And let me just show you all this now. I keep telling y'all that Coleman Butts is a skillful liar. He's a skillfully dishonest human being. Rowley is just a pathological liar. But this Dwayne here, skillful. Remember I told you whenever we debating, whether it was in the lower house when I was a member of parliament for Dabadi O'Meara, or now in the Senate, I listen to Coleman Butts very, very carefully. Because he's a man who will tell a lie straight. He will read and quote from a law and change a word and change the whole meaning of the clause just to make his point. And just to show you all what I'm talking about, yesterday in the Senate, we debated a few clauses of the Finance Bill 2023. And clause 4.1 was about giving tax breaks and levies to exporters, to manufacturers, to increase exports in order to increase foreign exchange. But Coleman Butts come in his wrap up and he's saying, over there, the UNC senators, well, I tell him don't call my name, so he didn't. UNC senators talking about foreign exchange. And I searched throughout these clauses and I saw nothing to deal with foreign exchange. And he quote all the other clauses on the property tax, on the procurement legislation, on the 150% to education, the tax credit for companies that give funding to schools. He talk about the cyber attack, to the incentives to give companies to protect themselves from cyber attack and so on. He talk about the on-land incentives to drill for oil pump, all of that. And he skillfully, dishonestly refused to talk about clause 4.1 of the bill. Run it and see. Listen to the column in there.
I heard all sorts of comments about foreign exchange. I had to look at the bill about 3 times and see where in this bill there was any reference to foreign exchange. Of course, there was none. But I saw Senator Mark fulminating about not being able to get more than a couple $100 in the bank. But the fact of the matter is that I went through this thing and I'm looking at an allowance for people who make donations to help schools, an allowance to companies that invest in cybersecurity, shallow water marine producers and so on, and the national insurance amendments, and I'm there struggling to try and figure out how does foreign exchange come into that? And
well, let me tell you how foreign exchange come into it. Look at clause 4.1, right? You see it there where it's circled? I'm going to now read it for you all. You all could read it there too. The dishonest Dwayne, disgusting, dishonest human being, right? Clause 4 of the bill seeks to amend the Corporations Tax Act, Section 4.1, in Section 3A2 by inserting a new paragraph, H, which seeks to exempt manufacturing companies whose gross receipts fall within the 30% tax bracket from business levy charges in respect of only export sales, which is an incentive to increase exports, to move your portfolio towards exporting of goods in order to generate foreign exchange. So he called out everything else and he leaves that piece out because he's a dishonest human being and he's been caught with his short pants down once again. Hilaire, likely to be reappointed. We are in this entire mess, this entire foreign exchange crunch, because Jawala Rambaran, the former central bank governor, told you, the people, where and what was the policy of the PNM to get the rich richer, to give the Massey and the big corporations hundreds of millions of US snap, while you citizens could not get it. Jawala tried to save Trinidad and Tobago from the pain that we're going in now. And what did he receive from the Dwen and from Rowley and the Obia men? He was fired. He took them to court and they lost and they have to pay him 7.5. They were appealing it. But they will lose that appeal. And they have to pay. Well, you, the taxpayers, have to pay for their Obia decisions. But you, the citizens, are paying now. Because Jawala was trying to protect all of you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And the PNM put Rowley's neighbor at Inez Gate, the neighborhood created by Warner Construction, by Rowley's former business partner and best friend Warner. And also living there is Ingrid Lashley, who's on 9 boards, Newman George, who's on 6 boards, and the husband of the Speaker of the House. Also living there is Gilbert Peterson, Senior Counsel, who's now a bunkerer in the oil and energy sector. Gilbert Peterson, a pariah fame. That's who's living there in Inez Gate. And Hilaire is likely to be reappointed because he preaches the gospel of the PNM. Governor Hilaire must equip people to participate in central bank responsibilities, says The Guardian. And we see reports in the newspapers that the president, the PNM president who preaches the gospel of the PNM, her husband has received $15 million in briefs from the PNM while sitting down, being paid by you, eating food paid for by you, liming and loving and drinking up things paid by you, and he's still, and 2, remember when you get married, they make a line 2 candles and they put it into 1, and 2 become 1. But you all say that's okay. Now the paper's talking about, the newspaper's talking about, because the unions are in an uproar about the new head of the Labor Court, and they're suggesting that the president made the selection, and there is some apparent bias there. Well, it's very interesting, my people, because when the UNC was saying it is totally inappropriate to put a sitting member of the ruling party in President's house, a card-carrying member of the PNM, who preaches the gospel of the PNM, represented the PNM. Her last appointment was by the PNM to be president of the PNM-led Senate. And you put her there, it goes against the Constitution, the Senate powers. The president has the power to appoint the Police Service Commission, the judge, the head of the Labor Court, the EBC, the Public Service Commission, the Teacher Service Commission, the Integrity Commission, and PNM, and OBIA in the PNM. And when we were trying to All right. We just had another commercial break. We just had another commercial break because the PNM OBI is strong. But
Yeah,
it cannot battle. It
this
cannot
just came
stop.
into the studio, Anil. This is, I don't know if you know
This is Keith
whose
Rowley.
integrity form is this.
Keith Christopher Rowley. He has shares in Massey. That is it there. Show the people. Keith Christopher Rowley owns shares in Massey. Look at there and understand what is going on. Mega store and getting All right. Check one. We back. It's pressure, but we ain't giving up. We go. Vishnu go cut it up and give all you tomorrow because we take out all the breaks and so on. How are song in there, Archie? Check one, check two, check three. This Obia can't stop, we boy.
It look like it good there now.
How we going?
Yeah, well, we stopped by Court's Mega Store.
Archie, check one, check two.
Yeah, everything in order. I hear you loud and clear on this side. Go ahead.
Check one, check two, check three, check four, check 5, check 6.
Go ahead. You're not hearing me?
Come in, Archie, come in.
Yeah, go ahead. You're loud and clear.
Everything seems good on this end. All right, let me continue, Archie. We'll deal with it on that end. The newspapers talking about independence and apparent bias and conflict of interests and separation of powers and what the framers of the Constitution thought they needed and so on. But they allow Rowley to thwart the Constitution at every point. They allowed him to appoint his own PNM president. They allowed him to interfere in the appointments and cause the collapse of the Independent Police Service Commission. They allowed Rowley to impact the merit list and choose his own commissioner of police. They allow Rowley to do as he pleases with any independent institution. They allow Rowley to attack and usurp the authority of the DPP by signing an indemnity with his Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi with Nelson, causing Nelson Gate, then going to claim that it was illegal and they negotiated in bad faith anyway. But diminishing the separation of powers, we see that Rowley attacks the DPP and the Chief Justice jumps in on Rowley's side when he should stay out of the fray. But the Chief Justice jumps in to attack the DPP on behalf of Rowley. And you all are now discussing that we need separation of powers. Rowley attacks the Integrity Commission, but then puts his president there to appoint the integrity commissioners. The independent senators are appointed. The first batch from 2020 to just a few months ago, boy, some of their contribution better than the PNM. Now you're seeing like they make a mistake because they appoint some independent senators who they thought might be PNM, but they seem so far to be more independent than the batch was there. They now have a joint select committee are supposed to be chaired by an independent senator, Diurup Timal. When I do the research, because I find his decisions not making sense, he's going against logic. He's saying there's sub judice in the Senate, but in the joint select committee, no sub judice. So standing orders apply in the Senate and in the Parliament, but not in the parliamentary subcommittee. Makes no sense. Then when I research, Diurup Timal is a PNM on a PNM board with Uttara Rao in the EMBD. So when they're talking about, now here comes Guardian talking about justice must be seen as above partisan affiliations. The small size and closeness of family relationships, friends, business and political associates in this society continue to pose problems for not merely the fairness of actions taken by state officials, but the appearance of less than arm's length appointments to critical positions in the state institutional apparatus. Now, do you see how skillfully the Guardian tries to make an excuse for Rowley and the PNM, trying to say that our society is so small that you're bound to get a president whose husband get 15 million in brief. You're bound to get an attorney general in the cabinet who rents out his own building. He steps out of the cabinet and his cabinet colleagues rent out his own building for 3-year period, 23.6 million, going in his third set of 3 years, going up to 70 million, and they approved 38 million for him to outfit his own building. These people now see that. They don't see bias. They don't see conflict of interest. When Stuart Smallpin Young swears in on the Bible to be Rowley's K-Pax Liquor and member and minister in the office of the Prime Minister, and before September 2015, the company that his brother Angus Smallpin Young was the CEO of, NCB Global, had no public sector work ever. And when Smallpin swear in just so, this company started to win. UD cut 180 million first when Rowley moved UD cut from under housing where Grabby Wabby was and Dillon was under the office of the Prime Minister. The first contract given to Angus Smallpin Young was from UD cut under the office of the Prime Minister for 180 million. Within 5 years, he moved from 0 to 4.2 billion in public sector work. When Dr. Terence Farrell resigned and the Economic Development Board collapsed because they say Rowley don't listen to nobody except the Obia man. Well, they didn't say that, but we know that's who he listened to now. You know who Rowley replaced the Economic Development Board with? Richard Smallpin Young. And Richard Smallpin Young was also in charge of the IFC, getting 15 million a year for the last 8 years, and not one I come out in the F nor the C. Ewart Williams resigned and says nothing, stay quiet, because that is PNM Obia. Denise Deming resigned from the tourism chairman of the tourism company board, say nothing because it's PNM Obia. Nicola Oliveri get fired because she was checking out fake oil that was just coming out miraculously, like from Lake Otoa. Jambi was pulling it out. She get fired, say nothing because the PNM Obia. And you now realizing that separation of powers is important. You had Keith Rowley and Stuart Smallpin Young going down to Australia, meeting with CEOs, touring plants where they build ferries, walking around, meeting, eating shrimps and drinking scotch, then tell the two private companies to bid and send the bids to Stuart Smallpin Young and his ministerial committee, and they call that a tender, Hostal and Incat. And then they look at the Incat and Hostal bids. They see that Incat's bid was 10 million US less than Hostal. They contact Hostal and give them secret information of Incat, and so that Hostal could lower its bid, and then they hand out 1-1 and then buy 2 cutlass vessels. Y'all didn't say that that was wrong. When Kamala had 1 person to 1 board, 1 chairman to 1 board, that was corporate governance to reduce the opportunities for corruption. Rowley have Ingrid Lashley on 9 board. Ingrid Lashley was the woman when Kamala was trying to get Vassan Bharat to approve a 2% loan for first-time homeowners so people could buy house cheap. She refused to implement. She on 9 board and living next to Rowley in Inez Gate. Newman George on 6 board. Eustace Nancis on 7 board. Rowley personal attorney in charge of heritage, where they had an investigation that's supposed to be going on all now into oil that just miraculously multiplied by the thousands of barrels per day. And now you're realizing that you need checks and balances to prevent corruption when the most corrupt government has been in place and is still in place with a web of corruption that spans the entire public sector. You have one man related to the president, Noel Garcia, no teeth, ugly self, in charge of building hospitals, airport, health facility, community center, fire stations, police stations, sporting stadium, recreation grounds, and every single house in Trinidad and Tobago Noel Garcia, in charge of Red House reconstruction and renovation, the magnificent seven President's House, Prime Minister residence in Tobago, all of these projects, billions of dollars, stadium repair, 90 million with $5 seats, the Skinner Park reduced the field from a football field to a sweat pitch. Noel Garcia, and your media now discussing that corporate governance is necessary to prevent corruption and interlocking directorships are not good. You have called me but good friend Patrick Ferreira, who, when the lady Drayton, who was a former independent senator, they moved she from NIB to call me but friend. He does ride in Jeep since 1977 with Patrick Ferreira, who have questions to answer about his former dabbling in insurance. Put him in charge of NIB. Put him in charge of Home Mortgage Bank. Put him in charge of TTM. That is a new call to heart. And now you all are discussing propriety, separation of powers. When it was a tea party, a bishop's tea party, and all the independent senators who were appointed by the very president, when the Kamala Prasad Bisesa and the opposition was saying we need a tribunal to investigate the actions of the president on August 11, 2021, when Rowley went and whispered in she ears, FUL, FUL, and she called Blissy Prasad and breached the Constitution section 123.4 and made Blessy Prasad misbehave in public office, thwarting the merit list and clearing the way for two of the worst PNM commissioners of police in history, and blood flowing like water in the streets. Last year, 608 murders, worst ever in our history. This year, we reached 555 and the year end done. Archie, show them whenever PNM is in power. Whenever PNM is in power, the murder rate goes up. Start this and watch the graph carefully for the most murderous countries in the world per capita. Let's look from 2001 to 2022. And remember, in 2001, you had 6 years of Bastille Pandey and the UNC before Ramesh, Romeo, and Ralph got tied up and greedy, just like everybody else who want everything and don't understand politics is not about yourself. Look what happened to the crime rate when PNM takes charge. And then look carefully as when Rowley took charge from his Lekoto Jambi and his Obia walking, and how his small pin broke the record in 2019. And now his Sleepy Fitzgerald at Talbot, narcolepsy, sleepy body bag, ride a horse with an 8-year-old boy and wind up on the boy back. This clung here, Pomsite Rasta Fitzgerald Hines. Archie, run that video and people, look carefully, look for your flag, look for Trinidad and Tobago, and check the dates and see who was in charge when murders go up. Run it. And there you have it. And if you notice, from 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, under Kamla Prasad Bisesa, we fell off the chart there. The flag was safe. The flag was protected. 2012, 13 into beginning of 14 was light. And so on. They keep repeating the same lies. Under live sport, murder rate was lowest, lower, way lower, down below, because live sport was there to take criminal fellas off the street, identify their talent, give them guidance, social workers, psychologists, food in their belly, teamwork, working with national heroes and footballers and getting them away from the crime, taking away the demand for the labor force of the criminal gangs. PNM comes in on nonsense and lies, and now crime is at its highest level ever. Fitzgerald et Albert Hines now has the gold and silver for the most murderous years in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. 2022, 608, and 2023, 555 and counting. In third place is Martin Joseph, 2008, PNM. In fourth place is Stuart Smallpin Young, 2019, 539. When the PNM is in charge, crime escalates. Pain, muggings, home invasions, kidnappings, murders, shootings, woundings, everything in crime goes up. And Rowley now says crime costing TNT millions, and he spends $11 million of your money with Noel Garcia on a 25-meter by 15-meter pool with an average depth of 1.5 meters. A pool, concrete design, without flow over guttering, shallow, waste of time, a pond which costs approximately $1.7 million. The PNM spend $11 million, and mamagayan people, well, that is their crime fighting initiative. Yet the pool closed from Friday 4 o'clock till Monday 8 a.m. because they have no public servants, no lifeguards, and no policy to keep it open during the weekend, just like all the other little ponds they build. They build in Lavantie and tell you, get Olympians from there. Just mamagayan poor black people. It's disgusting. It's evil. It reeks of sulfur and obeah. But crime costing Trinidad and Tobago millions, says Rowley. Well, let me read from an article in Newsday on page 18. And look where the Newsday hide this article. 4 men are expected to appear before a Sangre Grande magistrate on Tuesday, which is Tuesday, go on there, on charges of illegal quarrying after police operations at an area known as 5 Acres, Vega de Oropuch, Sangre Grande on December 2nd. They accuse all are employees of Presticon and Warner Construction. Now, Warner Construction, were these fellas rebels? Did they steal your equipment and go to quarry illegally? These 4 employees? If so, what has been done? What disciplinary measures have been taken? Or were they working under your instructions as Warner Construction and Presticon? Wasn't it Massey who sold Warner Construction Presticon for $17 million, a paltry sum? All of this interlocking directorships of obeah coming from Lekuto. It's very serious. You must know who's Warner Construction. Warner, that's Rowley's friend Warner, who he was in a business relationship with previously, who owns a sheep farm together, and they were in other businesses. When Rowley was doing a project at the same time that the government was building the Scarborough Hospital, Rowley was doing a development called Landate. The contractor who was doing that project was Warner Construction. And Warner Construction, a small company at that time, they subcontracted Emil Elias, NH, a big monster company to do work, and NH also happened to be doing the Scarborough Hospital. This is Keith Christopher Rowley. That is Warner Construction. That is quarrying, illegal quarrying, and the newspaper put that on page 18, you know. Rowley is in Parliament on record as saying, Warner is my friend and business partner. Just like his friend, his good friend, was Bash of AV Oil. And y'all didn't say, newspapers didn't say, that the Prime Minister who admitted that was his good friend should have recused himself from any and all decision-making positions with regards to that matter. But no, y'all let him dance the dance. And his friend ended up taking off his jersey bareback, using racist epithets and saying how he loves Stuart Smallpin Young more than Hog love mud. That's what y'all love in this country. And now y'all talking about we need separation of powers. You didn't say that when the Chief of Defense Staff who approved promotions arbitrarily. But remember when Rowley and them was under pressure because the population was unsafe and the borders were unprotected and there was no diesel for the vessels to do patrols and so on. This Chief of Defense Staff came out in defense of the PNM and said that they do 1,000 hours of patrols in 1 week. The math say maths, only Obia could work that because you can't get 1,000 hours in 1 week no matter how you stretch it. But then you're now talking about checks and balances. When you allow the tyrannical Obiaman dictator to control every independent institution across the board, and then wonder why our country has fallen into the chasm of a failed state. UNC pushing EBC to finish verification exercise. No verification exercise of voters has been done since 2001. But what has been done is that the niece of a former sitting PNM MP has been appointed as the head of the EBC, the best friend of Nyan Gadsby Dolly, the current Minister of Education, and the deputy political leader of the PNM at St. Augustine Girls. Look them, they best friends. How come y'all newspapers don't say that that's inappropriate, that you need to find someone who does not like yellow, does not like red, and it just wants to be professional and do their job and create a fair playing field for competitive election based on merit so that democracy can thrive? Look at these friends, lovey-dovey, for 30 years, 40 years, they are friends, best friends from in school. So you feel this narcissistic go like Kamala more than Gadsby Dolly? Something is wrong with you all in this country. So the media don't come now and feign interest, talk about apparent bias and separation of powers when all the powers have been commingled under Rowley and his dictatorial side. So much so that the country is in mayhem and chaos. You're going to try to get cheap furniture and you get murder in the car park by Courts Megastore, and Courts have nothing to say. Courts, y'all have nothing to say. What is going on in Courts Megastore that some skullman could steal all your thing, sell it to our next man, and create paperwork and have people coming down in your store to get killed? Courts, no statement. Just stay quiet. Just stay quiet like the PNM. Don't tell me nothing. No secrecy on the Paria report. I will end with this now. Says the Newsday editorial. Well, Newsday, what you're going to do? Because it's total secrecy, total delay, total obfuscation, hiding the report. That's what Rowley is doing. So your entire editorial, Rowley is ignoring you. Rowley and Kangaloo have the report. They're hiding it from the public. What say you, Newsday? What say you, Guardian? What say you, Express? What say you, CNC3? What say you, Guardian Media Limited? What say you, TV6? Leave him because he's Rowley, because he's an Obia man and he walk in voodoo. That's why Brigo sing about it. And Brigo and Rowley look like they could have been twins. Good night.
Bacchanal in the country, I ball like a cow. marry she, want me marry now. When them do evil thing to me, in order that I should marry she. A voodoo man tell me they have my name in this cemetery. They put my family against me, just so. A voodoo man tell me they give me dead people bone and tea. They have me tied from my head to my toe. Don't care how I try, I properly tied. I want to go, let me go. I want to go, let me go. Yeah, yeah. I want to go, let me go. She gave me my breakfast last week Saturday. I get so delirious, I throw it away. A dog was passing the same time. It smell the food and start to whine. A voodoo man tell me they have my name in the cemetery. They put my family against me, just so. A voodoo man tell me they give me dead people bone and tea. They have me tied from my head to my toe. Don't care how I try, I properly tie. I want to go, go. Let me go, go. I want to go, go. Let me go, go. Hey, hey. Ah, ah, ah. Oh.